Welcome back, everyone, to the Rooted Lifestyle Podcast. Do I say the we're your host thing now?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know if we still do that. Okay, we're your hosts, Cameron and Justus Woods.
Welcome back, you guys. Thanks for coming back to another episode. This is our nice little chapter 2 of the Rooted Lifestyle Podcast.
Phase 2, Chapter 2, Part 2.
I don't really know.
Episode 2. No, I don't know.
Whatever. Alrighty, you guys.
stage.
Let's get straight into it. We are talking about our fitness goals.
Our approach to fitness this year. So, obviously, we're a health, wellness, fitness podcast. So,
Yes.
fitness is a key pillar of what we talk about here.
Absolutely.
And we're thinking with the new season, with the new chapter, to kind of do a reset reflection of our fitness goals because, you know, fitness always changes. And I think
Always.
that's the thing that makes fitness fun is
Yeah.
there's always new goals, always new
Yes.
things you can do.
Yes.
And when you get tired of doing one thing, there's a bunch of other things that you can do to
Let's list them off just for people. So let's say like CrossFit, running,
lifting,
swimming,
biking,
sculpt,
tennis,
yoga,
pickleball,
weightlifting,
basketball.
baseball.
Okay, we're just naming sports now.
But just so you guys, because
Walking.
I've said that to people, and they're
Yeah.
like, "There's nothing to do besides walk, run, or lift," and I'm like, "That is
There's
so
so
not
many
true.
other things that you can do.
Rock climbing.
That's a good one.
Okay. Anyways,
Paragliding.
hiking. Okay, we need to stop. There are just so many things that you can do to stay active that don't look like just walking into a gym, and we've definitely touched on that before, but. We just want to talk and like kind of redirect where we're going now since we've been, we've been in the industry for, not like work wise, we've been interested in fitness.
Probably for like 5 years.
Yeah.
5 years. I would say like
Yeah.
I really started taking, I mean, I've been in fitness because of football, but
Right.
in terms of like just the fitness space, probably since like 2021, I started taking it a lot more seriously.
I would agree.
So like, yeah, probably about 4 or 5 years. So, but yeah, so I think what we can do now is just like recap a little bit of like kind of what you guys missed in our fitness lives up to this
Yes.
point and kind of where we're thinking about in the future. But
So we said it was since September.
September, yeah.
Okay, yes.
So-
Since in September.
September, I think I had told you guys that I was doing Hyrox.
For sure.
And the Dallas Marathon.
Yeah, so
and I
Hyrox was-
completely ghosted you all and did not tell you anything about what the outcome of any of those things were.
So Hyrox was November.
Yep, and I know you guys are
And-
so excited and been waiting on the edge of your seats for months for me to give the big reveal.
It was
But-
great.
Yeah, well, Cameron wasn't there for Hyrox.
Hey.
But she had a wedding to
I
go to.
had a wedding, and I love the people that I watched get married,
So
and
do
you
I.
missed their wedding.
I had signed up for Hyrox before their wedding. Anyway, so we'll start with Hyrox. And for those of you who don't know, Hyrox is kind of Hyrox
You
is
said
kind
it
of
right.
okay.
Hyrox.
Hyrox is kind of like an endurance racing competition. It's gotten even bigger even since the last time we talked about it. It's big in Europe. It's big in the US now, but it's like, you know, it's a 1K run, and within each 1K run, or after every 1K run, you do some sort of exercise. So it's like 1,000 meters on the ski erg, 1,000 meters on the row, sled push, sled pull, things like that. You basically run 8 kilometers, and you do an exercise in between, and you do it for time. You could do it with groups of people. You could do it in 4. You could do it in groups of 2, or you can do singles.
I have something to say about the kilometer thing. I'm pretty sure in the last episode from last week, you said our house was a kilometer away from our friend's house.
It is.
And the other day, he was like, "Yeah, I ran this many kilometers," and I was like, "Can you talk in my terms? Why are we not using?"
I'm in
mileage?" And
kilometers now.
It's because of Hyrox. you
Kilometers.
guys. And now he talks in freaking kilometers, and I don't even know. So how many
It's what
miles
the British
are you
in kilometers.
Okay, you're British now. How many miles? 6 total miles during Hyrox?
It's probably about, I think, I don't know what 8 kilometers is probably like close to 6 miles. Yeah.
Because
5
I
or
just
6
want
miles.
people to like understand what we're talking about.
It's about 5 or 6 miles. Yeah.
And like within those miles, you are doing insanely heavy weights for a number, like for distance, like weighted walking lunges for a distance, and
Farmers
ski erg for
carry.
mileage. Farmers carry. Yes, it is like such an intense workout, but it's really cool. One thing I admire about Hyrox is that literally there are no age restrictions.
It's so cool. They do it from, I think they start at age 16.
Yeah, okay, so there's not age restriction.
But like there's no age restriction for when you're older. Like there's
Yes.
6-year-olds, 7-year-olds doing it. They have like an adaptive group that
60, 70.
yeah.
I think you said 6 and 7. I
No,
was like, that's
60-year-olds,
not true.
7-year-olds. They
It's
have like
so cool.
They have like an adaptive like group or adaptive heat where like
Adaptive
people
athletes,
who are
yes.
like who maybe have lost arms, legs, things like that. And it's just such a cool experience. And it's like, you can do it with each other. Like we can do mixed doubles together. I'm trying to get her to do
talked
mixed
about
doubles
it.
together.
We've talked about it.
But anyway, the recap for Hyrox Dallas was that it was super fun. I think I said I was going with my friend Tim. Tim could not actually make it. He was dealing with some health medical stuff. So I ended up going with my friend Spencer. And we did so well. We got a 103 something, which you probably don't know what that time means, but usually anywhere in like the low 1 hours, sub 60 is like really, really good.
Yeah, it's
but
insane.
so yeah, we got a 103 for our first time, which is really cool because I didn't really train. I was more so focusing on the marathon at that point. Spencer was actually sick when he did it, so we were so happy with our result, but it just made us even hungrier for more. So yeah, I think, and I can tell you kind of about what my future is with Hyrox and stuff like that in a little bit, but it was such a cool experience, so fun, and I felt like for the first time since football, it was like a cool thing to compete in, where you're working with a teammate, you're doing something towards a common goal, and I think it's just a really cool experience. They had so many athletes, there were so many what's it called? Like fitness influencers there. Nick Bear was there. There were other people there, like cheering people on. Matt Choi, Lucy Davis. There were so many cool like fitness influencers around who were like taking part or watching their friends do it. So it was just cool to see the community and so many people. It shows you how small and tight knit the fitness community is, especially in Dallas. Like,
oh yeah,
so many people were there from like different areas of like fitness and stuff that you kind of know and stuff from different
like running clubs,
yeah, exactly.
F45 coaches, yoga instructor, like just so many people.
Everyone.
So many people texted me and
Yeah.
DM'd me. So one of our best friends, Tara, she would FaceTime me every time she was near Justus when Justus and Spencer were competing, and she'd be like, "Okay, here's the update, whatever," and there were so many people that DM'd me on Instagram after they saw that I was watching him over FaceTime. And they're like, just saw Justus. Like, I was cheering him on the whole time. And I'm like, you guys don't even know who he is, but I love this. Like, everyone is just so for you. Like, when you're competing in Hyrox. It's just like an uplifting sport rather than, ooh, they're last place. Because you actually don't know.
You actually don't know. It's kind of chaotic, and it's surprising
is.
how like well they're doing with such like a crazy business model. But like, you could be going, they do heats every 10 minutes. So like, you could be going with like the 40-year-old women or something like that, and it's like you don't know who you're going against. You're just going for time, so you're just going, and there's just so much chaos. And it's like even watching it, it's like it's kind of like a maze. You kind of got to like go to the next event that the person's going to be at and beat them there by the time that they finish running and stuff. So it's a cool experience. It's so much fun, and I cannot wait to do more in the future. I'm going to get this girl to do one with me, and we're going to do it. We're going to have so much fun.
I just fear what our marriage will look like.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it fun. I'm gonna do it fun. I'm not gonna be competitive, Justice. I'm gonna be fun, Justice.
Okay.
I'm gonna be fun, Justice.
Because all of our friends are like, I swear, everyone's an ex-athlete except for me. And
Bronson's not an ex-athlete.
That's it.
And then we're gonna laugh, and he's gonna listen to this and be like, "What do you mean by that?" We're just saying that you didn't.
Everyone else, it is Paige. Literally everyone.
Yeah, everyone else is.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So you're the only girl who's not.
Bronson, let's go. If you're listening, let's go to a collegiate sport really quick and then.
Yeah, go to a collegiate
whatever.
sport. You won't even do Hyrox.
Anyways, Bronson's a dog. Okay,
yeah, he is
so
a
he
dog,
can't complain about You wouldn't even know he's not an ex-collegiate athlete.
Yeah.
Because honestly, he's a dog. But myself.
You're a dog too.
I'm not, but I appreciate
You're
that. Hey, I kept up with marathon training.
Yeah, she did. She did up to 15 miles.
Up to 15 miles
before she got hurt. I don't know if we talked. Did we talk about that? Were you still running in September?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I stopped after October when I went to Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, so
October.
In terms of the marathon, so this is perfect transition to marathon. We did the whole marathon training. It was so much fun.
With our friends 4 days a week.
Cameron went up all the way up to 15 miles with us, which I'm so impressed by because she didn't actually run the marathon.
Honestly, I'm impressed as well. I think it was the thing, like after 15 miles, I went on vacation with my family and Justus wasn't able to go. So I didn't really have anyone to run around with. And running in a new city where you're like not familiar with, and like low-key there's bears everywhere. Like we saw bears and I was like, I don't have bear spray. So I was just kind of weaning out and I only ran 5 miles for like a week. Then I came back and I ran 15 with them. And I think that it absolutely murdered my calf. Like I went to a PT and she was like, you just overloaded your leg. And like, I've had issues with that leg. Like I fractured my shin a couple years ago. So needless to say, I was like, why am I murdering my body like this when I'm not even competing in the marathon? So I have not been running since the marathon, but it's okay. Justus is. He killed it in the marathon. You did so well. Tell him what you got.
I got a heck no. I got a 353. 353. So my goal was a sub 4 for my first marathon, and I got a 353. I'm actually disappointed by it because y'all, I was coming out the gate hot. I was running like an 8-minute pace, like sub 8 for a good portion of it for 13 miles. Yeah. And then my whole freaking body just shut down. I was like, it was like almost Grand Canyon like cramps where like my lower body, I don't know what it is with me. I think I just like I sweat so much and I need like so much electrolytes that like I cramp super easily. I don't know if my body's just so susceptible to it. You think I'd learn by now, but like I just keep cramping every time.
And if you guys didn't know, Grand Canyon reference, if you know, you know. This man like died on the side of the Grand Canyon because he was cramping.
We were doing
and
rim
to rim
to rim on the Grand Canyon, and I didn't drink enough water, electrolytes, and I started like cramping. I was like passed out in the snow. It was yada yada yada. But
anyways, it was so sad. I saw you at mile 21.
Yeah.
And it's only 26 miles, so I saw you at mile 21.
And I asked you if you had electrolytes.
Do you have electrolytes? And I was like, what do you know? I have myself. Like, is this? Yeah. You better stop cramping and keep running. And then I like sprinted to the finish line to see you finish, and you did.
It was like I had to go to like a different place to have cramps, to have full body cramps in your lower legs and stuff, to have like your calves and your quads tighten up like that, but still know you have 10 miles left or however much, or
5.
Yeah, or I had like 8. I was cramping at like mile 15.
Oh yeah.
I was struggling. So it's like I was on pace to probably get like a 330, honestly. And
stupid cramps.
The cramps kind of just knocked me out. But I kept going. I was like, I'm gonna get a sub 4. I'm gonna get a sub 4.
You did a great job.
And I just kept pushing, and it's so funny because the one thing I really enjoy about the marathon is like, and I don't know if I even told you this, that there are like people like just at different portions of it. And like when you're walking and stuff, when you look like you're down, like there are people who like cheer you on and they don't even know you.
I've seen people look up people's bib numbers.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, go Justus. And it's just the cutest thing. Cause like, they don't even know you.
It's the most like fueling thing ever when you have people cheering you on, like, come on, you can do it. So there were points when I was like low and people could tell and people were cheering me on. And it literally gave me life to like keep going. So thank you to all those people who are cheering me on. And there was this one pickle juice stand at mile like 21. I think that thing saved my life. Because at that point there were only like water stations every like 1 or 2 miles. So I'd like drink water, but I was like, I need like electrolytes or need something salty. And I was like, oh my gosh, there is a pickle juice stand. So I literally just went down the line. The people were looking at me like I was like what? He's gonna drink all of our pickle juice. I was literally going down the line like taking shots of pickle juice, and that got me going for another like 3 or 4 miles. But finished with a 353. I was super happy with it, super excited, but definitely not going to be my last marathon. I want to do more. I want to get a 330. That's my next goal. So
you can definitely do it for sure.
But yeah, I think that's kind of the recap of at least what it's been like for the last couple of months.
Yeah.
I think now more so what I've been focusing on is my friends and I. We're getting Bronson to do Hyrox, so he's doing it with his friend Lucas, and we're doing Hyrox Atlanta. April 26th, which is super exciting. Yes. We also signed up for Hyrox Houston, which is
this weekend.
Yeah, sorry.
Insane.
It is this weekend. That's insane. So we'll have to tell you guys the results of that. So we're going to be going to Houston, seeing some friends there, some old high school friends, but competing there. So we have 2 Hyroxes on the docket.
And that one's more of like a fun one. Like Hyrox is like, not everyone's going. It's just the guys competing. Yeah. Oh, and Paige is competing pro, which is crazy. Yeah. And so it's just going to be like a fun little weekend trip to Houston because it's drivable and it's easy. And then Atlanta, like everyone's going, everyone's competing, not me.
We're getting like a house for like 30 people, I think.
It's going to be so fun. So that one's, the boys are like, we got a podium, blah, blah, blah. And I know you can podium. But they have been training like so insanely hard. Like, tell them what you do. Tell them your split right now for training for
So Monday we do like a speed day. Either on the track, it's been cold outside. We either do it on the track or on the treadmill inside the Holbeck's gym. So we do like basically like circuits where like sprinting on the treadmill. I'm talking like, I don't know if you know, like it's like a 330
Don't
or
you dare say kilometers.
Well,
no.
we do everything in kilometers. So like a 3 kilometer. It's like a 5:30 minute mile pace for like 4 minutes, going into skier for 4 minutes, going to rower. We do that for like an hour. Tuesdays we do a heavy upper body lift. Wednesdays we do 10-mile run in the morning with a heavy lower body lift in the evening.
They start at like 4 a.m.
Thursdays we do track day where it's like, 800s to 1200s to 1600s. Friday is another like heavy upper body lift day. Then Saturday we do like either a full sim. Recently we did a full sim a couple weeks ago
to prepare for
Hyrox Houston. Or we do like a bunch of circuits like loop together with like a run afterwards. Like one day we did like 2 45-minute circuits and a 3-mile run. So, and then Sunday obviously we rest. So
I haven't worked out with Justus in quite some time.
I've been kind of going a little bit overboard. I feared for our marriage during this time just because fitness is something that we do love to do together and stuff like that. But I've just gotten this bug that like I need to grind. Like
fitness comes before his marriage.
I need to go to a place that I'm becoming a dog for you.
So would you agree that fitness comes before marriage right now?
No. I would never say fitness comes before marriage.
Okay.
I'm becoming a dog for you.
You don't have to do that for me.
I'm doing it for the dad lore.
That is so insane
the
that
dad
you just
lore.
said that.
So my friends and I, we've talked a lot about
dad lore.
And if you don't know what that is, it's like basically when your kids, are growing up and they look up to your dad, do they want to see your father who just sits on the couch, drinks a beer, watches golf, plays the game, has a gut, just sitting there reading the newspaper, or do they want a dad who's
if you're a dad and you do that, it's fine.
Yeah, but just not for me. If you want to hike the Grand Canyon, or do you want to see your dad who's like hiked the Grand Canyon, who's done a sub 2? Okay, wow, that was just mean. That's why I need to go back. I'm going back to the Grand Canyon, by the way.
No, he's not.
Do you want to see a father who can rep out 1,000 pull-ups, who can,
So are you just going to hold our child and bring our child into the gym and be like, watch this kid?
Oh yeah. And then they're going to be like, I want to be like that. I want to be a dog. So.
No, that's fair. No, I do appreciate it. I love how disciplined you are. Like, let me brag on Justus. This is the most disciplined man I have literally ever met in my life. You remind me so much of my dad and your dad, honestly. Like, I feel like I'm just surrounded by disciplined people, and I think that it's amazing. But I think living with you, someone's at our front door. I think that living with you is just like, I literally sleep. I mean, I don't really sleep at like 5 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. is really how long I sleep. But this man wakes up at 4 a.m. And like, I'm cozy in bed. He gets up immediately. Like, his alarm's off. He's up. He's ready for the day. He's reading his Bible. He's eating food. He's fueling himself. And then he's going for like an hour to just brutally murder his body. And he just does it day in and day out. And like, still shows up as a husband, still helps around the house, still works really hard at your job, especially your new job that you love. And like, still serves at the church and like shows up every weekend. And I don't know. It's just crazy.
That's sweet. Thank you very much.
And so I do admire how hard you work.
Thank
I do.
you.
Even though sometimes I'm like, are you going to die? Like, are you okay?
No.
I am very proud of how hard you work.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
It's all for the dad lore.
That's what it's for. That's what it's for. So yes, you're doing Hyrox.
Yes.
And then you have a dream of running another marathon. Will that be this year?
So my other dream down the line is hopefully this summer I want to do an ultra marathon.
That is news to me.
I told you that, last man standing.
Where?
I don't know yet. We have to figure it out. But my goal is to do a last man standing.
Our summer's booked out, honey.
I know. But I want to do a last man standing, which is basically you're running 4 miles every hour on the hour. Basically, the last man who's able to do it wins. So I want to be able to do that. So me and my friends are going to probably try to do something like that. And then hopefully maybe in the fall, like to do another marathon. I don't know if I'll do the Dallas marathon again, but we've talked about doing the Hawaii half marathon.
Just for like
going to a fun place.
Yeah.
Like, and I think like, when you run a marathon, it's like you're so dead afterwards that like we wouldn't be able to enjoy Hawaii if we did that. With a half marathon, it's like you'll be fine in a couple hours or even a day.
And honestly, I would do that too.
Yeah,
like I would run it.
You just rip a half marathon, then you can enjoy the beach and stuff for a couple of days afterwards. So
it'd be so fun.
That's what we want to do. But
that is so fun.
That's kind of my wrap up for kind of where my mind is headed in terms of fitness this year. I have goals of kind of, so I planned my fitness around kind of what events that I want to do and what goals do I want to reach for that. Historically, it's more so just been like how I look, how I feel. But now I want to push myself a little bit more to like achieve actual like goals and milestones. But obviously that's just for this year. Next year can change. But do you want to talk a little bit about Your goals in the last couple minutes?
I don't have any. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was talking to Justus about this just a little bit more. And like, I think I had mentioned in our last podcast episode that I'm teaching a lot. And with each class that I teach, I'm in a heated room. It could be 90 degrees. It could be 110 degrees. And so like, whatever degree it is, it's hot. And like, I'm absolutely dying in sweat. And I do the workout with them. Like, I do it to the best of my capabilities. And so I'm sore a lot. And I do the same workout a couple times a week in these classes that I teach. And so I'm tired. And honestly, I would say since the new year, I have like not really been going to the gym, which has been frustrating. I would say frustrating in the sense of I feel like I'm not making the time to go, and I'm like making up excuses of like, well, I'm sore and I don't want to be sore for my class. Like I just keep doing that. And it's not like I don't have any fear of the gym. I love the gym. I think it's exciting. I literally told Justus that I haven't been going to the gym because of my hair schedule and because I don't want to wash my body multiple times a day, because I'm like, I did that for a long period of time with those other two jobs.
Yeah.
Like I would shower 3 times a day. And I'm like, that is not good for your skin. So I think I just got so burnt out on doing that when I would double, triple up teaching days. Now my teaching days are like Tuesday to Saturday. So I'm teaching every single day. But I told Justus that with the new month of March, even though we're like halfway through, I have a goal
through it. It's oh yeah, we are halfway through.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, okay, we've been doing pretty good so far, but of just like making it a point to go to the gym for myself in the sense of like, okay, my job is my job, even though I am working out, but I need to separate my fitness goals from my job. And so it's been going pretty well, sort of just like trying to make it to the gym at least 3 to 4 times a week. And not really doing any cardio days because I do most of my cardio in class, I would say. And just like talking while being in a heated room while working out like is so good for your cardiovascular health. Honestly, I feel like my heart has gotten like stronger in that way, which is funny. So trying to do a little more 2-a-days so that I can keep up with my muscle mass, even though I don't have like insane muscle mass, but I don't want to lose any muscle.
Yeah.
So just doing a lot of that and teaching my sculpt classes. So that's pretty much it. I mean, if we go to Hawaii, I will definitely run the half marathon, but I don't have any plans of like,
Y'all, she said the other day, she's like, I miss running. And I was like, oh my gosh, who are you? Because before she'd be like, I don't want to run. I don't want to run today. Why are you running today?
You guys, the weather in Dallas for the past weeks has been perfect. Like sunny 75.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this weather is making me crave the runs. And I miss when we were marathon training the Saturday runs when it was like 8 to 12 miles, nothing crazier, because myself, Justus, and Bronson, we would always be in the back, like enjoying the run. We would be talking the entire time, running at like a 9:30 pace. So like we weren't really pushing it. And now that they don't run without me, they like run so fast. So sorry I held you guys back for so long. But
and then we would like go to Shugs and House, like bagels and stuff, be all sweaty in there. And
oh my gosh, we smelled so bad.
We smelled so bad, but it was so fun.
It was so fun. Like that is the dream quality time.
Yeah.
You are doing something so challenging for your mind and for your body, and you're doing it with friends. Like how fun is that? And so we are really blessed to have friends who are very active, and I'm looking to Justus to hold me accountable for going to the gym too. It's just hard because like I don't go with him because I do teach most mornings, and that's when he goes to the gym. So it's an interesting balance, but like thankfully I do have most of the time during the day to go. But then I hit a slump around like 2 p.m. and I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. Like I just need to like grind out work here and traffic in Dallas. I can literally name any excuse in the book, and that's all it is. It's just excuses that I've been making for myself.
But it's like where she's still trying to navigate, and it's like we all are. It's like trying to navigate this new like phase of life, and you go through different stages, you know, in different parts of your life to where, you know, being an instructor, that's a lot on your body, and like you want to be able to be there for your, you know, the people in your class and to give them the best experience possible, but at the same time you want to balance like your health and your wellness and stuff. So I think, you know, in this portion of your life, you're just trying to find out what that balance looks like, and that's the fun thing about it. Doesn't have to always be the same, and it can always change. And if anything, if you get off track, it's like for me, it's more motivation when I'm off track to know that like I get to go back on track. I get to go back to where I know, because I've been there before, and I know what it's like to be in that stage of like looking my best, feeling my best. and I know what it takes to get there. I just need to do it.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to like build up that ladder again and see the results again.
And I think it can be really hard. And honestly, this is not a comparison of like someone who's literally trying to get back into working out after like years and like is not active at all. But I will say, like, even after we record this episode, we're going to go to the gym together. And even though it's your off day, you're going to do like active recovery, stretching. But like Justus doesn't have to do that, but he knows me and he knows that it's a Sunday. I don't want to be without him because during the week we're kind of separate just with work and stuff. And so like he's being the best and supporting me by saying like, I'll go with you. Like I'll do this while you get in a lift because you are wanting to make that a priority. And so I think it's really good to also have people in your corner because I think that fitness can be a really daunting, scary thing to engulf yourself in. So I think it can be discouraging to like hear two people be like, oh, well, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. And someone's on the other side of this being like, well, how do I even start? Like that is so terrifying to me. And it can be something as simple as going on walks. It can be something as simple as rolling out a mat in your house and looking up a workout video, go to a workout class or join a gym and go to a gym, find a friend that wants to go with you and just figure it out together. And it's nice to have people to do that with.
It is.
So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only active. Maybe I'll get back into running, guys. Who knows? Stay tuned. Next
time, in a year from now, she'll be podium at Hyrox. Okay. Sub-3 marathon. Okay. Don't worry. Just give me some time with her.
Oh, geez, Louise. Well,
and I'll be teaching sculpt.
Okay, that's insane. I would love to see. He came to my class. You guys, he came to my class the other week, and we were doing an arm series. Given you had that Hyrox sim right after, I understand. This man, your elbows are supposed to be, or your wrists are supposed to be in line with your shoulder. This man was down here, and I literally called him out. I said, Justus, get up your arms.
That's why I don't go to her classes.
No, that's not why.
She just calls me out and makes fun of me during the whole class.
No, I do not. But people love when he comes to my classes.
She's like, look at that loser in the front.
You need to set the bar straight. I've never said that about
she's
you.
Never said that about me. She's like, always been so supportive. Please take her classes.
Yes,
we need the money.
What?
Anyway.
That's not how it works.
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. I don't know what else we have to say.
That's it. We're yapping about fitness.
This is just kind of what our future will look like in the next few weeks, months, maybe years. Year. But anyway, we love you guys. Yes. Thank you for joining on another episode, and we will see you next time.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.